Very good morning to all my kids. Welcome to my online e-learning classes. Students, in today's video, we are going to learn about the eating habit or feeding habit of the animals and the movement of animals. So, eating habits or feeding pattern is completely different in different animals. We can categorize the eating pattern or feeding habits of the animal into three basic categories, that are herbivore, carnivore and omnivore. A part of this, how the insects like bees and butterfly suck the flower juice, or the any birds can take the food from the soil or from the ground. So these things we will learn in today's video, or we will revise in today's video. I have already explained this chapter, like the herbs eating animals or the plant eating animals. The plant eaters are known as herbivore. They have sharp, flattened, broader teeth to chew the food, whereas the carnivore animals have a pointed teeth which easily tear the flesh or meat, because carnivores are those animals who eat only flesh and meat. So their teeth help us. So their teeth always help to tear the flesh or meat of other animal. Like insects, like butterflies or bees, suck the flower juice from their proboscis. It is like a long narrow tube. Okay, so movement, well, now we have to talk about the movement of animal. So animal move from one place to another, but why they move from one place to another, it is important to discuss. They move from one place to another in search of food, in search of shelter, for their partners, for laying eggs. So these are the, and to protect themselves from the enemies. So these are certain points due to which the animal move from one place to another. So we can learn the different pattern of the movement, and what are the what are the organs which help in the movement. So these things which we are going to cover in today's revision video. So let us start, children. So students, feeding habits of animal. So animals are different from each other. They have their different feeding pattern and habits. They need food and nourishment for their growth and development. So their according to their structure, according to their habits, their mouth structure, their body structure, their internal organ structure, their eating pattern is different. So like eating patterns are like, we can divide the eating patterns of animals into three basic categories, which are herbivore, carnivore and omnivore. So this is the category which divides the food items into the three categories, and the animals who eat these food items under these categories comes under or known as carnivore animals, herbivore animals or omnivore animals. So animals need food to grow and live. Animal food habits and its mouth parts depend on the type of food it eats. We can say that the type of food that any animal eat, it decides the structure of the mouth or structure of the teeth. Like like as I said, that herbivore, carnivore and omnivore, these are the three basic categories or three food habits or three habits of the animal. So the structure of the mouth is completely different in herbivore and in carnivore. So the internal body structure is also different in herbivore and carnivores. So first point, I'm going to read it. Bees and butterflies suck nectars of flower through a long and thin tube called proboscis. this is a butterfly. Bees and butterfly are basically suck the sweet flower juice from the flower. So they have a proboscis. They have a structure which is a thin tube, and they suck the sweet flower juice from the flower directly by a long thin tube. Tube, long narrow tube, that is known as proboscis. So they suck. Suck means they absorb the flower juice through a long tube called proboscis. This is the first point. Then second one is the herbivore. All the herbivore animals like cows, buffalo, goat, sheep, donkey, horses, these are the kind of animal who only eat plant and plant products. They are known as herbivore because they eat plant and plant products. So their teeth are completely different. They have sharp front teeth to bite leaves or grass, and stronger broad teeth to chew the food well. Because I think you all have seen the cows or buffaloes sitting silently and chewing the food. They chew the food all time. They all time chew the food, and you can easily see the movement of their mouth. So because they eat herbs and plants, so the structure of the teeth is completely suitable to bite or to chew the herbs or the plants. Okay, now the next category of the animal is carnivores. Carnivore animals are those animals who eat flesh and meat. So their teeth are pointed and sharp to tear the flesh of the animal. Like lion, you can see the lion here, and lion always eat flesh. They always eat meat, and to eat flesh and meat of the other animal's body, they need a sharper teeth to tear the flesh and to tear the flesh and to chew. So they have a different type of teeth than herbivores. So they have pointed teeth which easily tear the flesh. Flesh eating birds like vultures and kite have a strong, sharp and hooked beak. Hooked beaks, actually hook-like beak, which actually help in tearing the flesh, so they can easily catch their prey. Prey means the animal which they are going to eat. So their structure, the design, the pattern of their mouth, teeth and the beak are completely suitable to eat, to tear the flesh and meat, because they are carnivore. The next category is the rodents. Rodents like rabbits and squirrel, they have sharp front teeth. I hope you have seen the squirrel. The squirrel always eat seeds and grains and fruits by the bigger and sharper front teeth. They are rodents. Rabbits, squirrel, the rats, they are known as rodents. Their front teeth are sharper and their front teeth are broader, which easily bite the seeds, and they help in eating the seeds and fruits. Okay, so this is the eating pattern or feeding habits of animals. Now the movement in animals. So the movement in animals. Animals move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, mates and to escape their enemies. This we all have done in our previous classes, but again in the revision section I am going to explain it. The movement is what? Movement of animals. What is the purpose of movement of animals? Why the animal move from one place to another? They move from one place to another for food, for their shelter, for their partners or for their mates, or to escape from their enemies, or to escape. They move from one place to another. So their movements are different, and they move in a different ways. Like insects have 6 legs. Insects like ants, cockroaches crawl on their legs. All the insects, maximum insects have 6 legs. Maximum time the insects, this is the quality of insects, they have 6 legs. The cockroaches, ants, they always crawl on their legs. Grasshopper have a strong hind legs, and because of the hind legs which are stronger, they hop, they jump. Some insects like butterflies and dragonflies, they use their wings to move from one place to another. Okay, they fly with the help of wings. This is the movement in the insects. Now we are talking about the fish. Fishes like whales, dolphins have fins. By the help of fins, they swim inside the water and they swim faster. Okay, so fishes or marine animals like whales, dolphins, they move from one place to another with the help of fins. Now snakes. Snakes move with the help of their scales, because they don't have legs, they don't have anything by which they can move. They have only scales which cover their body completely, and these scales help in the movement, and they crawl. The movement of the snakes is known as slithering. Now the next is frogs. You know the frog have webbed feet, and frog is known as amphibian. Sometimes they live inside the water, sometimes they live on the land. So when they live in the water, these webbed feet help in swimming. And when they live on the land, their longer and stronger hind legs, hind means back leg, these stronger and longer back legs help in the hopping or jumping on the land. So this is the movement of frog. Now turtles have paddle-like limbs which help them to swim in water. You know, turtles have paddles. These are the paddles which help in the swimming inside the water. Birds, birds fly with the help of their wings. They use their legs to walk or hop. Water birds like duck, they have webbed feet like frogs, so they swim in the water. Whereas birds fly with the help of wings. Most mammals have 4 limbs. Dog, cats use their limbs to walk or run. Human beings use their legs to walk and hands to do something, to hold something. Penguins and seals have flippers. These penguins have flippers. They are not paddle. Turtle have paddles which help in swimming. Fishes have fins which help in swimming. Ducks have webbed feet which help in swimming. And penguin have flippers. They have flippers which help in swimming. Bats have 4 limbs modified into wings. Bat have wing-like structure, but they are not actually a wing. They are not made by the feather. They are made by the skin. So they help in the flying, but they are not actually a wing. Bats are the only mammal that can fly. This is the most important line. Okay, so I hope you all have understood the movement of animals. Different movements. They're animals. All animals are different, and so their movement are also different. So in the next video, we will complete our migration. And thank you for watching this video, children. Hopefully you all have understood whatever I have explained in today's video. Stay home and stay safe.